Jones. I'm your man. Now, this Sunday is International Literacy Day, and there's a regional adult literacy coalition that's recently been set up. And also there's an action plan, in fact, for Donegal that is being launched. So I'm joined in the studio now by Adele McElhinney, who's the Regional Literacy Coordinator with Donegal ETB. And I suppose, Adele, first of all, tell me about the coalition. Who's in the coalition's interested parties?
Yeah, so the coalition was set up as part of the Adult Literacy for Life strategy that was launched in 2021. And there's 15 member organisations, key stakeholders like the library, the HSC, the local development companies. So 15 members, and we've come together. The statistics show 1 in 5 struggle with reading and understanding everyday text, 1 in 4 with everyday numbers, and 1 in 2 with digital tasks. So the statistics are quite high. So the coalition is about coming together, working together to try and reduce that, and we've written an action plan to see how we can do that and what we can focus on for the incoming year.
Okay, so the action plan is all about the incoming year and about how it can be put into
focusing on, I suppose, financial literacy is a big thing there, and managing numbers and your budgets and just working with numbers. And then health literacy is another big thing. And I mean, the way the world is now, everything is online, having to access information, do all your forms and everything. It can be a real struggle for people. So there is help available. And we want to reach those who are most in need, so that's what this action plan is about.
And it can be something simple like, say, reading the instructions on a box of tablets, or it could be maybe you want to help the kids with homework or just filling out a form.
Those everyday things.
And
so
all very important.
All very important.
And more.
Yeah, and being just active within your own community as well, like going to a parent-teacher meeting, and being able to engage with that, and just being active within your own community, and if you don't have the literacy skills, that can be really tough.
Yeah, it can go back the way. Okay, someone who's benefited from adult literacy with the ETB is Catherine Devine, and Catherine joins us now on the phone. How are you, Catherine?
Oh, I'm very well, John, and thank you very much for the invite to come on to tell my story. Thank you very much.
No problem. So let's talk about your story now. You left school early. You didn't even do the junior cert or the intercert as it was back then.
No, I certainly did not. I would have actually struggled at school, so I would have found school extremely difficult. And I'd left before I had done my junior cert. And I would have went into the factory then when I was 15, and that would have been my life until family members who had returned back to education had said, you know what, Catherine, give it a go. So I went back, and I was able to read the textbooks, but I couldn't understand them. So I had to go and get assessed. This is when I was 44. And I went to get assessed up in the Letterkenny College.
Yeah.
And it came back then that I had dyslexia. So I had started right down at the bottom, John, at the Learning for Living program. And I started right down at the bottom. And my goodness, it was probably, I always say this, but probably one of the best doors I've ever opened. The kindness that the tutors had towards me was absolutely fabulous, and the patience that they had and the understanding. And it was a world, John, where it was acceptable to actually hold your hand up in class and ask the question. And actual fact, they would have encouraged that. So it was a completely different world to what I would have known 30 years previously. So I went on and done Learning for Living, and I started off then at the level 1 and the level 2 and the level 3. I sat some of my exams with the young adults here in the Buncrana Tech. This was for my junior cert. So I'm now working towards my leaving cert, John.
Brilliant. So, fantastic. So you went back into education in your 40s, and I always think that
Yeah.
the longer it goes on, the harder it is to get back in. So I think it's a very brave move. But then, yeah, you realise that, you know, I suppose that you had no reason to fear it, and that all sorts of pathways opened up to you, and that it was an entirely different sort of an experience as to when you were at school.
Oh, it was completely different because the tutors would have encouraged you daily. And then with that encouragement, then you'd have got confidence. And then with the confidence, then you also developed a great pride in yourself, John. So it was completely different. A wonderful, wonderful experience. Absolutely fabulous, John. It's been absolutely, truly amazing.
And do you feel now that every day that you're, going into class, or, every decision that you're making about further education, that you're taking another step towards realising your potential?
Oh, of course, certainly. And do you know what, John? Every day is a school day. You know, as the old saying goes.
Yeah.
We're always learning. So, yeah, so it is onwards and upwards. So hopefully I'll get to do my English and my maths and my history and my 11. So, yeah, John,
Brilliant.
It's been an absolutely positive experience now for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely positive. Brilliant.
Well, that is a great story, Catherine, and it's very commendable. And if there's anybody listening in now thinking, I left education, before I should have, or I never followed up, and there's so much more I could do, what would you say to them?
Oh, I would say, do you know what? Take that first step. Now, that does take a lot of courage, John. It really does. But once you're in that classroom, do you know what? It's just like an extended family, and everybody helps each other out. No one is left behind in the classroom. It's just a wonderful experience. Yeah. Wonderful experience. Take the first step. It will be well worth it.
Yeah. Okay. Good advice. And Adele, I mean, that's, Catherine just, I suppose, in a way has a perfect story to tell there.
She does, yeah, and she's a real inspiration, and she just loves encouraging others to take that step.
Yeah.
And you will be met with open arms, and welcomed and encouraged, as she has said. We have lots of different tuition options available, part-time, during the day, in the evening. We have a number of centres across the county, and even outside the centres we have tuition options available. So, yeah.
Loads of options. And adult literacy classes are free.
All adult literacy classes are free, yeah. And as I said, there's loads of different options. And, you can do themed learning. So you might do a bit of cooking or a bit of planting stuff, but you're doing the literacy as well. So it's fun and it's engaging.
The literacy is all worked into.
Exactly.
Those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let the first step be contacting ETB. Just
contact ETB. Yeah. There's the 07491539194. You can phone Teresa there in Milford if anybody has any questions or wants to get in touch.
All right then. Thanks, Adele, and thanks, Catherine, and the best of luck with the leaving.
You're very welcome, John. Thank you so much.
Thanks, John.